Welcome back, guys, to another Friday Gamer Log. As usual, I'll be talking about the games that I've been playing, games that will be coming up here in the direct future for YouTube, and any games I would like to buy or have bought. So, without further ado, let's get this thing started. Alright, as far as command mission is concerned, I've been returning to all the areas that I've been to just to make sure that I've collected all the items. I've been visiting all the rooms that I never went into as well. I eventually got the Melda key and I came back here and bought the Duck-billed Mole. It was a pretty easy boss, I thought. For defeating the Duck-billed Mole, I got quite a few level ups for it, of course. And I also got the Absolute Zero Hyper, which is really cool. Pretty easy boss for such a cool hyper, at least I thought so anyway. I've been deploying units each time I go to a new area, right before I go to the new area or whatever, so that they can collect stuff while I collect stuff. After I got the Absolute Zero Hyper, I came here and bought these 3 Flower Girls. I also wound up going back to the first area that I went to in the entire game, and I found a secret shop there. I got a pretty good weapon for Cinnamon there. The Kitty Gloves, I believe is what they're called. It's a pretty good weapon. Thanks to the Absolute Zero Hyper, I took out the main Flower Girl really quickly. Then, of course, using X's Fire Armor and Cinnamon and her Hyper, we took out the other 2 Flower Girls really quickly as well. We got a final strike on the last of the 3 Flower Girls. Last of the 2 minion ones, though. I've returned to about half of the areas that I've been to in the game. I have like 5 more left to go back to. Still not that many, and I just want to make sure that I've gotten everything, and it helps me out with level grinding and whatnot. Axel's action trigger got powered up from that battle against the Flower Girls, and I got the ultimate armor for X. I actually still haven't seen the ultimate armor hyper for X because I saved and quit right after I got it. As far as Mother 3/Earthbound 2 is concerned, I continued my climb up the Tower of Thunder. As I was climbing, Lucas got struck with lightning, which woke the power of PK Flash inside of him, which is pretty cool, but I haven't really used it that much so far anyway. Used it a little bit though. Kinda nice to have, and that's an interesting way to get it. I continued my climb up the tower, and I eventually set off an alarm where I fought the next boss, Mr. Genitor. I don't recall him being too hard. I don't think that he's very hard at all. I had quite a few attack items to help me out, and of course I had the PSI with Lucas and Kumatora. He went down pretty easily. I just had to make sure not to hit him directly, otherwise he zapped me as a counterattack. As soon as I destroyed Mr. Genitor, Fassad showed up, and we retreated to the top of the Thunder Tower. Fassad followed us up there, and he was given the order to go ahead and blow up the Tower of Thunder. He hoped to blow up the Tower of Thunder and take out Lucas and his friends all in one go, but he failed to do that, and he even slipped on his own banana peel, causing him to fall off the tower, so ha! Right after that, some pigmasks came down to try and pick up Fassad, but since he wasn't there, they made a little mistake. Lucas and the gang didn't manage to get onto the ladder, though. They tried to, but the Port troopers and everybody took off before they could. This is where the rope snake came in. Sadly though, the rope snake wasn't able to hold on completely. This is also the first part where we get a glimpse at the masked man, who was the guy that everybody was thinking was Lucas earlier, whenever they thought that Lucas was the commander. They were mistaking him for the masked man. And yep, like I said, the rope snake was not able to hold on. As he says, it's literally jaw-dropping. Ha! And with that, the Chapter 5 came to an end. And with all that done, I started up Chapter 6, Sunflower Fields. Chapter 6 is a really, really short one. Like, it hardly even lasts like a minute. Pretty much the scene shifts to Lucas in this field of flowers and everything. Pretty much the only thing that there is for you to do is continually walk to the left. Just keep on walking to the left until the chapter ends. That's really all that there is to it. As you see right here, Lucas is face first in all these flowers and everything. He wakes up and then you have to start heading to the left. I eventually met up with Boney as I was headed out to the left. It wasn't long after I met back up with Boney that we seen Hinawa's ghost or her spirit or something that was leading Lucas off the side of a cliff. Hinawa, Lucas's mom, also got a hold of Alex, Lucas's grandpa, Hinawa's dad. Hinawa got a hold of Alex in a dream and told Alex to build a great big pile of hay at the bottom of the cliff. And then that's why she's leading Lucas to the edge of this cliff. You'll see all that here in just a moment. As you've seen right there, we've seen Hinawa. Of course, I just continued to go left even after I seen Hinawa. Here's the part that I was talking about before, where she's hovering over the edge of the cliff, and then Lucas tries to jump out and grab her. And of course he just falls off the edge of the cliff, but thankfully he lands safely on that pile of hay that Hinawa told Alex to build. Of course Boney does the exact same thing. I'm assuming he just did that. I'm assuming he didn't just walk off the cliff. Yeah, as you see right here, just Wes and Alex hanging out around that pile of hay. Then Boney and Lucas just drop in. They're all surprised because Hinawa actually saved Lucas. Right after that, Chapter 6 came to an end. I told you it was a really short chapter. As soon as Chapter 6 came to an end, I started Chapter 7, the 7 Needles, and then I saved and quit right after that. As far as Final Fantasy 1 is concerned, I played my way through the rest of the Hellfire Chasm. Fought the last boss that I hadn't seen yet, which was the Fiend of Water from Final Fantasy 4. Who I expected to fight after seeing all the other fiends. As soon as I defeated that one, though, I went ahead and exited the Hellfire Chasm. I didn't have anything else left to do there. Then I came to the Water Soul of Rebirth dungeon, where I fought Gilgamesh, who I really wasn't expecting to fight. Kinda caught me off guard, but that's awesome. After I fought Gilgamesh, I made a little more progress and fought Atomos. As soon as I seen both of those bosses, I knew that this dungeon was going to be all Final Fantasy V themed. Which I don't mind because I love Final Fantasy V. As soon as I defeated Atomos, I made my way even further into the dungeon where I fought Omega, and it went well. Yeah, it totally went well. No, seriously though, this battle took forever, and I didn't even win. I actually lost the battle, and thankfully I saved right beforehand though. I went ahead and decided to check out the other boss, because I knew that there was another one at the other side of the room, who was Shinryu from Final Fantasy V, who I also lost to. That's alright though, because the whole point of me checking out those dungeons is just to see the dungeons and the bosses that are inside of them. As far as the all-color mage run of Final Fantasy V is concerned, I didn't make much progress. I mainly just ability point grinded here in the basement of Castle Ball. I had mastered everybody in their classes and whatnot, and then I saved and quit right after that. I've been doing a little bit of work in Final Fantasy IV The After Years, just playing one of my old files that I was playing in, trying to get all the optional summons for Rydia and her chapter. The only one that I don't have just yet is the Mind Flayer. I have the other three, and I've been trying for a long time to get Mind Flayer, still with no luck though. I'll get it eventually. I did some Smash Brothers Melee with a couple of my friends over the course of the weekend, which that was fun because it's been a while since I played Melee. I was really rusty at it. I've been mostly playing Brawl since it came out. I have went back and played Melee a couple of times, but it's mostly been Brawl for me. My Wii hasn't been reading dual-layer discs very well lately, so I haven't played Brawl in a long time either. But we'll get to that at another time. It was just fun to go back and play some Smash Brothers Melee. Right now I'm trying to get back up to 999 coins because I remember a long time ago a friend of mine used up a lot of my coins playing this game. Not necessarily for trophies, but trying to get good at certain modes on hard difficulties and stuff. He used a lot of my coins for continues, and I'm trying to get back up to 999 coins. Which I'll get there eventually. I don't mind playing this game some because I love the Smash Brothers in general. Every one of the Smash Brothers games has at least one thing that keeps me coming back to them. For Melee, I like Melee's physics for the most part. Well, more like the speed. I like the speed of Melee. And I like that it has Mewtwo and Roy. I hope that both of them come back in the next Smash Brothers. I'd really like that. Right now, as far as my coins are concerned, I have 419, so we got a ways to go, but we'll get there eventually. As far as Soul Calibur 2 is concerned, I went ahead and decided to put it away. I mean, I'd done everything that I wanted to in the game. I'd unlocked everything. I'd beaten Weapon Master Mode with Link and gotten all of his stuff. I've done everything that I need to. The only thing that's left for me to do is level up, and that's gotten really boring. I read about how much experience it'd take to get me to level 99, and what I read just surprised me and how stupid it was. Get this, you can go from level 1 to level 98 by collecting 10 million experience, but in order to get to level 99 you have to collect an additional 89,999,995 experience. Why the sudden huge boost in experience required to gain a level? That is just ridiculously stupid. So I decided, no, I'm not going to waste time on it. Leveling does nothing other than give you a new title anyway. As far as purchases is concerned, I bought a Wii lens cleaning kit to hopefully help my Wii read dual-layered discs a little better so that I can play Smash Bros. Brawl and Metroid the Other Rim. Because those games don't work hardly at all on my Wii. I have to try a lot to get them to work. I talked in last Friday's Gamerlog about a bunch of videos that I wanted to do throughout this week that just passed. Unfortunately, the weather has kind of grounded me from my computer. Seriously, I'm not even joking. Because of the way how the weather has been so hot, I can't even have my computer on throughout the day at my house without it blowing a fuse. And I keep having to go to the breaker box and turn it back on. A lot of times I can't even make it past the first little loading screen on the computer where it tells you what kind of computer you have and it loads everything. I can't even make it past that. I have to wait until about 9:30 at night, literally, to turn on my computer. If I turn it on any earlier than that, it blows a breaker. It's so annoying. So that's why I haven't posted any of the videos that I wanted to. And those plans are still in right now. I still want to do all those same videos I mentioned. I want to finish off Darkwing Duck. I want to get another part of Donkey Kong 64. Another Zelda Dungeon Pass guide, and everything else that I talked about. I want to get it all done, but I can't because the stupid weather. It's been about 105 to 107 basically every day. And like I said, I can't have hardly anything on in my house without it blowing a fuse. It's very, very annoying. I'm really ready for the weather to cool off a little bit so that I can use my computer some. But I'm really sorry, guys. I really am, and I apologize for not having any videos up this entire last week. We will get some stuff up eventually, though, as soon as the weather decides to let us. But whatever the case, I hope we can get some stuff done this week. And, well, that is it for today's Friday Gamerlog, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Thank you for watching.